Hi guys, JT here, and today I'm bringing you some information on 10 games in Fanatical's Indie Legends bundle of March 2025. To help you answer the question, should you buy it? By using the links in the description below, you'll gain access to this bundle and have the opportunity to gain early access to videos by buying a coffee through Buy Me a Coffee or Ko-Fi. Your support means the world to me, and I genuinely appreciate it. Anyway, let's get into this. At number 1 we have Everspace Ultimate Edition, a roguelike space shooter that surprises you with its deep narrative and punishing yet rewarding gameplay. You step into the shoes of Adam, a clone of a former colonial officer, tasked with navigating the treacherous Armistice zone between humans and the lizard-like Okkar. The game combines fast-paced dogfights, exploration, and a mysterious uncover-your-past story that slowly unravels as you progress. Everspace shines in its ability to make every run feel unique. With procedurally generated sectors, you never know what challenges or rewards await you. The gameplay is tough, but fair, encouraging you to learn from your mistakes and come back stronger. The variety of weapons and upgrades you find during runs adds to the excitement, making each run feel fresh. Visually, the game is stunning, with beautiful space environments and detailed ship designs. The lighting effects, especially during solar storms or battles, add a layer of immersion that keeps you engaged. However, the game is not without its flaws. The story, while intriguing, is delivered in small sporadic chunks that can feel disjointed. Additionally, the limited enemy variety and sometimes frustrating energy management can detract from the overall experience. Despite these issues, Everspace is a captivating experience that will keep you saying, just one more run. If you're a fan of space games or roguelikes, this is definitely one to try. The Ultimate Edition includes the deluxe upgrade, with the soundtrack, artwork, and wallpapers, plus the Encounters DLC, which adds a new fightercraft, quest lines, characters, weapons, devices, consumables, G&B factory stations, and skins. At number 2 we have Tunguska The Visitation Enhanced Edition, an unexpected gem that can surprise even players outside of their typical gaming comfort zone. Clocking in almost 30 hours of gameplay, this title offers a unique and rewarding experience. If you're not accustomed to isometric games or combat that leans more towards avoidance than direct confrontation, Tunguska may take some time to adapt to. In this stalker-style world, you'll find yourself tiptoeing around danger more often than engaging in combat. The game's premise adds depth to your exploration, as discovering various characters and factions feel genuinely rewarding. However, the realism might stretch a bit thin when your journalist character transforms into an AK-47 wielding infiltrator. Nonetheless, reporting back after collecting stories gives a satisfying sense of progress. Resource collection, serum crafting, and fulfilling orders become essential activities during the extensive backtracking you'll encounter. The guides provide some relief through fast travel, although early on their costs can be prohibitive. Money becomes less of an issue as you progress. Tunguska excels in providing choices that impact your interactions with factions. Accidentally shooting a friendly can lead to complete shift in faction relations, raising questions about different playstyles and their consequences. The game does demand patience, with occasional frustrations stemming from unforeseen consequences or surprise encounters on return trips. However, these elements contribute to the overall immersive experience. If you appreciate slow, methodical games set in an oppressive atmosphere, Tunguska The Visitation is a must-try, especially if you're a fan of Stalker or similar titles. Despite some minor quirks, it offers a unique and gratifying adventure, well worth your time. The Enhanced Edition introduces upgraded graphics, farming, cooking, new weapons, and a skill system. It adds emergent events like ambushes and airdrop supplies, recurring events like Halloween, Labor Day, and native gamepad support. Performance optimizations improve the experience, making it a richer and more dynamic game. At number 3 we have The Bunny Graveyard, a retro horror adventure. Step into a world of horror and retro nostalgia with The Bunny Graveyard, a game that seamlessly blends classic gaming aesthetics with a spine-chilling story. This episodic adventure will transport you to a realm where not all bunnies are as innocent as they seem. Set in a universe brimming with 8-bit charm, The Bunny Graveyard lures you in with its deep narrative and intriguing lore. From the moment you begin, you'll find yourself captivated by the layers of mystery that unfold, teasing you with tantalizing theories and secrets waiting to be uncovered. The gameplay pays homage to classic pixelated adventures, reminiscent of titles like The Legend of Zelda: Link to the Past, albeit without RPG elements. As you navigate through the game, you'll encounter a variety of minigames inspired by retro classics, from rock, paper, scissors with the handy pals to a nostalgic homage to Punch-Out! The bunny graveyard captivates with its enchanting pixel art and entrancing soundtrack, evoking nostalgia from the Game Boy Advance era. Every detail, from the artwork to the soundtrack, captures the essence of early 2000s gaming, delivering a feast for the senses. While the game isn't without its challenges, particularly in later stages where difficulty ramps up, its cozy factor remains intact. Despite occasional moments of tension and jump scares, the bunny graveyard prioritizes substance over cheap thrills, weaving a compelling narrative that will keep you invested from start to finish. The bunny graveyard offers exceptional value for its rich storytelling and engaging gameplay. With hints of multi-layered lore waiting to be unraveled, this game promises hours of entertainment for fans of retro-inspired adventures. Prepare to embark on a journey filled with mystery, nostalgia, and a few surprises along the way. At number 4 we have Braid Anniversary Edition, a beautiful remaster of Jonathan Blow's legendary 2008 puzzle platformer, bringing one of gaming's most influential indie titles to modern systems. You take on the role of Tim, exploring 2D platforming levels where the main goal is to collect puzzle pieces. Each world introduces a new time manipulation mechanic, making you think differently with every new stage. At first you can simply rewind mistakes, but later you can control shadows and slow down time itself. While Braid's clever mechanics remain untouched, the Anniversary Edition adds stunningly redrawn hand-painted visuals and a unique commentary world. This extra content gives you behind-the-scenes insights and new challenges, although if you're not interested in game development, you might not feel compelled to explore it. Despite the improvements, Braid Anniversary Edition is still quite short. You'll likely finish it in about 3 hours, even with the added content. Some puzzles are brutally tough, with the occasional control hiccup on ladders adding a bit of frustration. But when you finally solve a tough puzzle, the aha moments feel incredibly rewarding. You'll appreciate that almost every puzzle feels fresh, without any filler. Being able to toggle between the original 2008 graphics and the new ones at the press of a button is a fun bonus. Braid Anniversary Edition is an easy recommendation for puzzle lovers or anyone nostalgic for the original. It may not shake the industry like it once did, but it still shines brilliantly today. At number 2 we have Nocturnal, a brief but captivating side-scrolling action-adventure game by Sunnyside Games, delivering a unique blend of platforming and combat infused with fiery mechanics. Set in a mist-shrouded island filled with eerie dangers, you take on the role of Ardashir, a soldier wielding a flaming sword to fight back the darkness and uncover the fate of your family. The unique trait of the game is the fire mechanic, which you'll use to ignite your sword, illuminate the dark, and power mechanisms like lifts and doors. This mechanic keeps you on your toes, as the flame's timer adds urgency, forcing you to chain movements and attacks while managing your resources. Platforming is tight and rewarding, though the timing can become tricky when combining jumps, dashes, and lighting torches under pressure. Combat shines with its fluidity, offering a mix of combos, dodges, and unlockable abilities like a fiery throwing knife. However, the challenge spikes in the dark, where frantic battles with multiple enemies and a fading flame can feel overwhelming. Visually, the game is stunning, with a love letter feel to the classic Prince of Persia, but its narrative falls short. Key story elements are hidden in collectibles, and the mysterious mist and sacred flame remain underexplored. At just 3 to 4 hours, Nocturnal feels more like a proof of concept than a fully realized game. While its brevity and lack of depth hold it back, its core mechanics and style hint at the potential for greater things in the future. If you enjoy fast-paced atmospheric adventures, this one's worth a play. At number 6 we have Frog Detective 3 Corruption at Cowboy County, the final entry in the beloved series of short, quirky mystery games. You play as the ever-charming frog detective, hopping into the Wild West for one last case. After a mysterious call from the supervisor, you head to Cowboy County to solve the baffling theft of everyone's cowboy hats. Crime may not be as wild as it first seemed, but it's definitely still afoot. You will trade favors with the town's colorful animal residents, jot notes in your trusty notebook, and race around on a rad scooter, all while wearing adorable cowboy boots that serve no purpose other than making you look fantastic. The gameplay sticks to the series' simple formula: chat, help, laugh. It is the hilarious deadpan dialogue that steals the show, especially during moments like Frog Detective's bizarre yet sincere conversation with cowboy poet Dusty, about becoming crispy. Characters like Rhonda Dynamite, a feisty little outlaw with surprisingly good advice, make every interaction a delight. The sticker minigame also returns, letting you decorate your notebook with as many stickers as you can possibly fit. Cowboy County offers a slightly larger world to explore compared to previous games, but its open spaces mostly exist to let you zoom around doing silly scooter tricks. Frog Detective 3 is a heartfelt, laugh-out-loud finale. It wraps up the trilogy with all the same charm and humor you've come to love. A must-play if you've joined the journey so far. At number 7 we have Delta V: Rings of Saturn. A 2D space simulation game that blends mining, exploration, and physics in the vast rings of Saturn. With its deep focus on realistic physics and mining mechanics, it offers a captivating yet low-key experience that's more about savoring the moment than pushing through content. You pilot a mining ship, designed solely to dive into Saturn's rings, crack open asteroids, and collect valuable ores. While starting with the basic ship, you can experiment with different gear and tools as you progress. Each choice feels more like an extension of your preferred playstyle than a typical upgrade system. The physics behind maneuvering your ship and interacting with the environment makes even routine tasks like catching rocks a satisfying challenge. Delta V isn't about chasing upgrades or progressing through a strict storyline. Instead, it invites you to get lost in its immersive atmosphere, whether you're drifting through space, experimenting with mining techniques, or encountering derelict ships and mysterious outlaws. The lack of a traditional grind means you're free to explore at your own pace, focusing on what interests you. The game's understated storylines, crew dynamics, and occasional encounters provide just enough depth without overwhelming you. Delta V: Rings of Saturn is a peaceful, almost meditative experience. It is perfect for those who love the quiet of space and the slow, deliberate pace of mining in a beautifully crafted universe. While it may not appeal to everyone, it is a hidden gem for those seeking something different. At number 8 we have Chronicon, a highly addictive, fast-paced action RPG that will have you looting and murdering hundreds of enemies on screen at a time. Chronicon is a mysterious device that lets you relive moments of heroes. These memories explain the different acts that you can play through in the game. Different acts will bring about different games, environments, and enemies. You can choose from 4 classes: a melee tank class, a berserker brawler with high DPS, a warden who is essentially a ranged archer class, and a warlock, which is a high damage magic user. However, you aren't tied down to just the class that you're playing, as you can build each character the way you like, by investing in specific skill trees. You can gain skill points by murdering hordes of enemies and leveling up, allowing you to spend them on different skills for your chosen class, which will change the way your character functions and fights. The max level is 100, but the mastery tree can have unlimited upgrades. Gearing is really fun, as this game also features a lot of looting. There are 6 different rarities for items, and you'll encounter a lot of items to loot as you play this game, especially at the endgame, where you can enter Tinka's Domain, which features a sort of randomized map mode, with different modifiers and new difficulties on top of the difficulty you're already on. This makes each of your run unique, and each run will net you unique loot as well. This is where the addictive loop comes in, as you play Tinka's Domain over and over again, collecting different loot to power your character. In addition to collecting loot, you can also infuse your gear with gems or enchant them, or even morph them together to form higher tier items. There's definitely a lot that you can do in this game in regards to loot. You can also go at it in multiplayer, so you and your friends can murder and loot together as different characters. If you like a highly addictive, fast-paced looter action game, then Chronicon is a great game to get into. At number 9 we have Happy Game, an unconventional yet captivating adventure into the surreal nightmares of a child, brought to life by the creative minds of Amanita Design. As you guide the cheerful yet oddly unsettling protagonist through dark and eerie landscapes, the game introduces a unique blend of point-and-click adventure elements with side-scrolling levels, reminiscent of Amanita's previous work like Machinarium. The puzzles, although occasionally posing a bit of awkwardness, strikes a balance between challenge and pace, ensuring you stay engrossed in the unsettling story. Happy Game sets itself apart by encouraging interaction with its eerie characters and environments, steering away from conventional platformer mechanics. The absence of traditional deaths adds to the game's appeal, emphasizing a narrative-driven experience rather than unnecessary obstacles. The psychological horror aspect thrives in Happy Game, leveraging devilish character designs and unsettling monsters that provoke discomfort and thrills. Despite its macabre themes, the game surprises with humor, clever animations, and moments of unexpected joy, breaking the tension without diluting the overall horror experience. The concise yet well-crafted story unfolds briskly, ensuring the game doesn't overstay its welcome. The third act, in particular, delivers impactful scares, evoking empathy for the child protagonist navigating a disturbing dreamscape. While it may not surpass Amanita's Machinarium, Happy Game stands as one of their most vivid, absurd, and downright scary titles. If you seek a short horror experience that diverges from typical jump scare fests, Happy Game beckons with its creativity and a manic sense of being, leaving you both satisfied and yearning for more. At number 10 we have DARQ Devotion, a challenging atmospheric Metroidvania that thrives on its difficulty and dark tone. As a Templar on a pilgrimage to an ancient temple, you'll face relentless dangers and cryptic lore. While the premise is intriguing, the game offers little in the way of narrative exposition. Beyond a sparse introduction, you're left to piece together meaning from cryptic NPC dialogue and item descriptions, which can feel frustratingly vague. Gameplay is where DARQ Devotion shines. Combat is deliberate and methodical, demanding precision and patience. The controls, though initially cumbersome, gradually become second nature as you upgrade your character. You'll balance resource management with faith, a key currency used to heal, open doors, or cure ailments. The progression system feels rewarding, with even minor upgrades like stamina regeneration making a noticeable impact in battles. Enemies are unpredictable, with varied attacks and environmental hazards like traps and spikes adding to the challenge. Boss fights are a highlight, blending thoughtful design with satisfying combat mechanics. Death is punishing, but not overly so. You'll lose gear and respawn enemies, but retain experience for upgrades. Visually, DARQ Devotion excels, featuring detailed pixel art and a foreboding, oppressive atmosphere. However, the game's pervasive darkness, while thematic, can make navigation unnecessarily difficult. Coupled with an impenetrable story and lack of system explanations, this can dampen the experience. If you're willing to embrace its cryptic nature and steep difficulty, DARQ Devotion offers a rewarding, atmospheric adventure that'll test your reflexes and patience in equal measure. And that's all for this bundle. This bundle is not dropping legendary tier titles like Stardew or Terraria, but it is still awesome. Braid Anniversary Edition and the Bunny Graveyard are absolute indie bangers, and Chronicon low-key goes hard on a 2D ARPG. Toss in some newer games like Nocturnal and Happy Game, and you've got a pretty stacked lineup for the price. If you're into puzzles, ARPGs, or just hunting for hidden gems, this bundle is seriously worth locking in. Fanatical did good with this one. In any case, I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if this video was helpful, feel free to leave a like and subscribe, and maybe consider unlocking early access to videos by buying the channel a coffee. Special thanks to Terry D for subscribing to the early access army. From the bottom of my heart, thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next video.